What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another Disc Golf Price Picks video. Today, we're going to cover the Las Vegas Challenge final round. Um, so let's first start with a little bit of a recap, and then let's get into this round here. So yesterday in round three, we went 1-1-1. So Lazat hit his over, which I know is a little bit controversial when I picked it yesterday, but it was interesting. The model was able to identify that, um, even with the conditions of the field playing significantly better. Smith over pushed, so he shot exactly what the prop was, so he wasn't a positive or a negative for your slips. And then Jones over, obviously, the man is due for some regression. He's been playing out of his mind round one, round two, and if he continues to play way above his average, he'll win the tournament. So, and that leads me to today. The weather's supposed to be relatively better. I think it's 10 to 12 miles per hour. So, the wind shouldn't be as big of a factor as it was in the first two rounds. So I do think, well, round two, there wasn't too much wind, but I do think generally we'll see about the same scores, if not maybe like half a stroke to a stroke better for some of these people on average. So the first play I like here is Kevin Jones over 53. Like I mentioned, Jones definitely due for some regression. I mean, he's playing well, right? He's put together three pretty solid rounds. Um, he shot a 51 in round two on this exact course, the same layout they're playing. They're playing the same course as round two, which was a 1063 rated round. So a minus 10 was about 1063 rated. If he plays more of like towards his rating, it'd still be in the 55-ish range. So you're getting a couple strokes discount relative to his play. And in order for this not to hit, right, that's the way I think about it. He would have to shoot a 52, hit or push, which would be about a 1055 to 1060 round. So you're basically saying if you think Kevin Jones wins this tournament, I think you go for the less here, even though he could still win the tournament shooting a -8 or worse. But if you think he continues to play extremely well, you go less. I personally think he'll be a little bit more conservative. He has a couple strokes lead. The pressure is on. He has big names chasing him. So I still think he'll do well. I just don't know if he can keep that same level of play, the 1060 plus rated play for all four rounds. We'll see. We'll see if he wins or not. But that's what I like there, and I do think there's some potential regression areas for Kevin. He shot 92% circle one in round two, and he had 0 OBs. Right, so he played completely clean. Will that happen again? Very unlikely, in my opinion. So I do think there's a lot of rooms for him to regress kind of back to his player rating. The second play I like here is Corey Ellis. Ellis, I actually like the under on Ellis. So he's someone who shot a 53 in round one, which was about 1047-ish rated. So in order for this to push, he would need to shoot a 55, which is kind of like where he is, like where his actual player rating is. It's about that 1030, 1031 rated, 1033 rated, or in that range. So my model has him just under 55 in 54 and a half range. So I do think I like Ellis a good bit. This one's a little bit more of a coin flip, but when this is one of the few props that was really close to kind of like what his actual rating is, which with the conditions of the round being a little more fair, and him just overall having improved like year over year, I do think like a -6, him playing just to his player rating should be pretty expected, and even going under that has a high probability of happening. So that's my second play. My third play is one that I will be playing but I will say tail at your own risk, because I don't know if you ever want to bet against Paul Macbeth, but I am taking the over 52 strokes here. And there's a couple reasons. So, well, number one, Paul shot a 54 in round two, so a -7, um, which was about 1039 rated. So it's not. He definitely played a little below average, and he would basically need to shoot a 51, which is a -10, which, like we said, was in that 1063 mid 1060s range, which Paul is very capable of. He's a 1050 rated player. But, he's on the chase card. I believe he's on the chase card, and, he's going to be super aggressive, right? So to me, in my opinion, Paul either shoots a 1070 plus rated round and makes a run for it, or some of that aggression comes back and bites you. So there's a little bit of that final round dynamic I'm thinking about, where it's like he has to basically shoot, like I said, above average to even be in contention. So um, that kind of makes me lean to the over for that reason. Call me crazy if you want, but I do think it's a pretty sound play. So yeah, just to recap: Jones over 53, Ellis under 55, and Paul over 52. Those are the three plays I'll be playing with. I will monitor the FPO card to see if the course is playing um, any easier overall. So that's one of the things I like to do. Say, okay, like, was there a massive, like, one or two stroke swing between the rounds for the FPO, and that lets me know kind of like if it's playing a little easier or not. And I also like to look at maybe some of the first initial cards that have earlier tee times, just to see how they're starting off. Um, but obviously, I don't make my whole plays around that. That's just something I like to look at just in case. Um, so yeah, I'm really interested to hear what you guys think and what plays you guys think are good picks. So let me know in the comments, and we will see you guys again for the next tournament, which I think is in March. So take care.